Okay, PJBT bowlers and parents. I have the results of our 9-game qualifying round for today's tournament. Our finals will be on lanes 35 to 38. Scratch division will be on 35 and 6 for the whole thing. Handicap on 37 and 8 for the entire thing. If I can have these 12 bowlers please report down there so we can line up for our beginning of our live streaming finals. In the scratch division, your leader at plus 230 is Ryan Graham. Second place at plus 192 is Ben Rhymes. Third place at plus 183 is Daniel Allhouse. Fourth place at plus 114 is Colby Bennett. Fifth place at plus 103 is Joey Ocello. And our sixth and final qualifier for the finals in scratch at plus 97 is Ryan Mickiewicz. 97 to make the finals in scratch. On the handicap side, your leader at plus 147 is Morgan Gitlitz. Second place at plus 109 is Parker Laubach. Third place at plus 62 is Desmond Brown. Fourth place at plus 27 is Jacob Dent. Fifth place at plus 19 is Bree Binkowski. And our sixth and final qualifier for the finals in handicap at plus 15 is Mary Beth Baker. 15 to make the finals in handicap. Okay, if I can have everybody report to 36 and 37, we will begin the live streaming finals. Do you want Josh to do commentating? Yes.
Okay, good afternoon, PJBT fans, and welcome to another tournament. Today we are coming to you live, Major number 2, Leisure Lanes, beautiful Lancaster, Pennsylvania. We are all set for the finals. Today's special format, since it is a major, the top 6 move on. Seeds 4, 5, and 6 will meet each other in match 1. The winner will move on and face seeds 2 and 3, and the winner of that match will go on to face the tournament leader. Gentlemen, nobody can sit there. That table has to remain open. That whole table. Okay, our finalists are first in the scratch division, finishing at plus 230. Ryan Graham, he is your top seed. Your second seed, Big Ben Rhines, plus 192. Your third seed, The Prodigy, Dan Althouse, plus 183. Your fourth seed, Colby Bennett, plus 114. Your fifth seed, looking to make it back to back to back, at plus 103, Joey Ocello. And your sixth seed at plus, looks like 97, Ryan Mickiewicz. On the handicap side, your leader at plus 147, Morgan Gitlitz. In second at plus 109, Parker Laubach. He'll be trying to make it back-to-back. Third, plus 62, Desmond Brown. Fourth, plus 27, Jacob Dent. Fifth, plus 19, Bree Binkowski. And sixth, and Mary Beth Baker, plus 15. Putting on the headset now. He actually was on vacation this week for once. Usually we joke around about where he's flying in from, but this week he was actually on vacation. The late, the one, the only, Skip Moyer.
What's up?
I don't know. How are you? Is your headset working right? Can you hear me and not what's going out live on YouTube at the moment?
I can hear you.
Okay. You're going to talk for a minute. I'm going to put this headset on to make sure if that one works right.
Okay. Hello.
Hey, it works.
It works.
All right, so it just might be that one. It's either then this microphone that's bad or where we're plugging it in that's bad. Okay, very good. Good to have you here today, Skip.
I'm a little itchy.
Got a little sunburn, huh?
Yeah, I'm extremely burned.
Let's get rid of this now. Zing. So, if I remember correctly, we had 27 in scratch and 28 in handicap today.
Correct.
We are now down to the final 6 in each division. Bowling for major title on the gold pins, the PJBT gold pins. Are you ready, Matthew?
Okay, bowling fans, it's time to introduce our finalists for the second major of the season for the PJBT from here at Leisure Lanes in Lancaster, PA. Today with our finals format, we have 6 finalists on each side. First, we'll introduce the scratch division. Your 6th seed today from Du Bois, Pennsylvania, Ryan Mitscavage.
Ryan Mitscavage from Du Bois, Pennsylvania, your 6th seed.
In the first shootout match, he'll be joined by number 5 seed from Neptune, New Jersey, Joey Ocello.
Neptune, New Jersey's Joey Ocello trying to go back to back to back.
Also in that first shootout, he'll be joined by number 4 seed from Lebanon, PA, Colby Bennett.
Colby Bennett, Lebanon, Pennsylvania. He's been on fire lately himself.
Okay, the winner of that first shootout will advance to take on our 2nd and 3rd seeds. Our number 3 seed today from Hummelsdorf, PA, Dan Allhouse.
The prodigy, Daniel Althouse, making the show yet again. He is your
And
3
also
seed.
in the second shootout, our 2nd seed from Forest Hill, Maryland, Ben Rhine.
Big Ben Rhines, your number 2 seed, Forest Hills,
And
Maryland.
the winner of that second shootout will take on our tournament leader at plus 230 for 9 games today. From here in Lancaster, PA, Ryan Graham.
And your leader from right here in Lancaster,
Finalists for the
Ryan
scratch
Graham.
division of today's second major of the year.
Now for the
Okay,
handicap.
Fans, time to introduce our 6 handicap finalists. Our 6th seed for the first shootout from York, PA, Mary Beth Baker.
From York, Pennsylvania, Mary Beth Baker.
Also in the first shootout match, our 5th seed from Langhorne, Pennsylvania, Bree Binkowski.
Bree Binkowski from Langhorne, Pennsylvania, your 5th seed.
Also in the first shootout, our 4th seed from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, Jacob Dent.
Your 4th seed
The winner of
from
our first shootout will
Harrisburg,
advance to take on
Jacob
the number
Dent.
2 and 3 seeds. Our number 3 seed today, also from Harrisburg, PA, Desmond Brown.
Desmond Brown from Harrisburg, your 3 seed.
Our number 2 seed in the second shootout from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, last week's winner, Parker Laubach.
From Bethlehem, your number 2 seed. He's looking to go back and back to back. Parker Lobach.
Take on our tournament leader at plus 147 for 9 games from Howell, New Jersey, Morgan Gitlett.
Morgan Getlitz from Howell, New Jersey, your top seed today on the handicap side.
Applause for our handicap 6 finalists for today's second major of the season.
Okay, once again, don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we have the gold pins in today like we have for our finals. So, Skip, what did you think today of the pattern that was laid out? It is the same pattern for those of you that watched our Buddies tournament here last Sunday. We did lay out the same pattern. You weren't here last week to see it. The cut, by the way, to make the top 6 last week was only +8.
I thought the we got some pins off there on lane 36.
Yes.
We need to keep an eye on that. But I thought it played very similar. I mean, I did get to see quite a bit of the live stream from the finals last week of the Buddies tournament, and it seemed like the lanes played pretty much the same.
I know some of the bowlers that were here for both events told me they thought it was a little similar. A couple thought that maybe the outside was a little bit tighter today. But quite a few of the bowlers that know their way around the lanes were throwing urethane today.
Yeah, I saw that quite a bit. A couple of the bowlers just trying different things. Overall, though, it seemed like it played very well. And 36 is back to normal, so we don't need to worry about the pin placement there.
And as always, for those of you that are watching, our live feed is, our message board is up and operational. Feel free to comment on what you see if you have any questions. We'll be happy to reply. Just keep it respectful. All right, for those of you that are watching, you'll notice our scoreboards, the monitors are a little bit different today. Lanes 35 and 36, they have the TV right in the middle of them, and on 37 and 38, they actually have these scoreboards right next to each other. So it just looks a little bit different today on our live feed. Apologize for that. All right, it looks like we are ready to begin.
Okay, bowling fans, it is time for shootout number 1 of our finals for today's second major of the season. On the scratch side, we have number 4 seed, Obi Bennett, number 5 seed, Joey Acello, and number 6 seed, Ryan Mitskavich. The winner of this shootout will advance to the second shootout. On the handicap side, we have number 4 seed, Jacob Dent, number 5 seed, Bree Binkowski, and number 6 seed, Mary Beth Baker. Jacob getting his normal 53 pins handicap. Bree gets 23, Mary Beth 26. High score will advance to shootout number 2. Bowling fans, let's give a nice hand for our Game 1 finalists.
All right, so it looks like Jacob Dent, the handicap site, will be getting 53 pins a game. Mary Beth Baker, 26. And Bree Binkowski will be getting 23. Good start there by Colby Bennett. Jacob comes in a little high. He leaves himself the 4-pin. Bree comes in a little light. Leaves herself the 2-7-8.
That means my teaser hits. Good.
All three of our scratch bowlers starting off with a strike. Mary Beth up now on lane 37. She comes up a little high, leaves the 4-pin. Bree Binkowski made her split. Mary Beth misses her spare. Jacob Dent with a strike. Now Mary Beth over to 38 for her second frame. Bree up in 37 for her second. Colby now looking to make his difficult spare. He does. A big spare there for him.
I have a feeling in the years to come, Skip, that we're going to be seeing Colby a lot on our live stream.
I agree. He's really come a long way from seeing him a couple years ago. Ryan now up on 36. He comes up high also, leaves the 3-6. Joey 8 spare over on 35. Both Bree and Jacob come up high, leave splits. Jacob has a little harder of a split than Bree does. Spare there for Ryan. All three of our scratch bowlers tied after 2 frames. Jacob does not get any count there. Jacob getting 53 pins in this match. Mary Beth 26 and Bree Binkowski 23, I believe it said. Mary Beth now for her third frame. Misses the head pin to the right, leaves the 1-2. And a 9-pin for Colby Bennett. Mary Beth with a spare. Makes up for her first 2 frames opening.
And Skip gets up from the booth for a moment, but stepping in to take his place is Tournament Director Matthew.
Hello, PA. How's it going?
Oh, it's going. How are you, sir?
Good. Exciting finals today for Major number 2.
Absolutely.
Always exciting to give out a glass bowling pin today to our champions and crown 2 major champions, and finals on our special gold pins today.
Oh, we got Deadwood about halfway up the lane. Skip back in action. So, Matt, you and I were here last week for the Buddies tournament, and I know we didn't really get to watch a lot of the bowling either day, but I think the youth held their own pretty well.
Yeah.
On the same pattern.
Yes, we ended up using the same pattern from Kegel, and yes, I mean the scores were not they were not extremely high or low. We had some good scores, but you know, basically it took plus 97 for 9 games to cash. And on the handy scratch side, it was plus, give me one moment. It was plus 50, I'm sorry, minus 59 rather. Minus 59 for 6. So basically you had to average 190 today to make the first cut. So, and even on the handicap side, it was only minus 90 for 6. So the pattern certainly held up for the caliber of bowlers we had. So we'll see how it works here on the fresh pattern for the finals. At the moment on the scratch side, through almost 4 frames, there's a messenger 10. Nice shot for Colby Bennett. We have a pretty even match between our 3 bowlers on the scratch side through 4 frames. On the handicap side, we have Mary Beth Baker leaving the 10 pin there on 37. Right now it looks like Jacob Dent has the early lead at 107 in the 5th. And he gets a strike there in frame number 6. Just a reminder to our fans, of the 3 bowlers bowling, just 1 will advance, 1 out of the 3. In this being shootout number 1. Mickiewicz comes up high, leaving the double P-knuckle, the 4, 6, 7, 10. And Bree Binkowski goes wide, leaving the 1, 2, 7, 8, 10. Quite a combination, but it can be cleared up, almost like a washout. Mickiewicz gets 1, and that will put him a little bit behind the other 2 after 4 frames on the scratch side. Binkowski is able to convert 4 out of the 5. And a good shot there for Mary Beth Baker, just leaving the 10 pin. She'll need to convert her spare. Bennett crosses over, leaving the 5 pin. One thing about this pattern this week that we saw also last Sunday, PA, is that there's certainly an out of bounds, but in the same token, if you get the ball in, this was more of a shorter pattern. The ball will grab early. Certainly will grab and go to the left. It will not hold in the middle of the lane unless you have a steep angle.
Absolutely. There was 37 feet with not all that much in the middle. I believe it's about a 2.5 to 1 ratio. So you're looking at 3 units on the outside and not quite 9 on the inside. That's 9 units on the inside is not a lot of oil.
Well, typically this center, the characteristics of Leisure is that the lanes typically play a little bit tighter. So whatever pattern you put down, typically they play a little bit tighter at the back end. So, you know, anytime you put a really long pattern here, you can get a really goofy reaction. You start to see a lot of 5-7s and stuff like that. So it'll be... but this pattern seemed to do well for this lane surface and the characteristics of the center. Good recovery shot there for Ryan Mickiewicz on lane 35. Mary Beth Baker converts her spare on 37. Let's update you real quick on the handicap side as they are a little bit ahead of the scratch side. They are in the 8th frame, and it looks like Jacob Kent currently with his handicap has the lead. He is at 155, but he did just get a 1 count. So let's see if he can convert his spare. No, he leaves 1 stand. So he'll be at 111, 164 with his handicap at the moment. Binkowski opened the last frame on the left lane, and she looks like will again as she comes high, leaving the split. And a nice strike there by Joey Acello back on the scratch side, giving him the current lead after 5 frames. The winners of each of these matches will advance to our second shootout, take on our 2nd and 3rd seeds. Mary Beth Baker comes up high on 38, leaving a 4-pin. Now Jacob Dent, he comes right through the face. Fortunate enough, only leaves the 6-pin. Kavich kicks out the 4-pin and puts up a double on lane 36. Dent not able to convert his spare, so he'll be at 120 in the 9th, 173 with his handicap, so he can max out at 203, it looks like. Does look like he's in the driver's seat right now on the handicap side, as Bree Binkowski unfortunately crosses high again. That's a 2nd straight frame for her that she strikes up high, leaving the 4-6-7. And there's a good strike for Colby Bennett on lane 35. How many viewers we got out there, PA?
We're sitting right around the 30 mark right now.
Okay.
As always, our live chat is up and operational. If you want to ask a question or leave a comment, we will be happy to respond.
Tell your bowling friends out there to join in with us. Finals today from here at Leisure Lanes, 2nd major of the year. Good shot there for Joey Acello. Just wrapped the 10-pin. He'll look to pick up the spare. And now Mickiewicz for 3 in a row. And he gets it. So after an open frame in the 4th, Ryan Mickiewicz back in the match with 3 in a row. Jacob Dent on lane 38 on the handicap side converts his spare. And it looks like he'll be posting a score with handicap in the 190s. Mary Beth Baker will have to strike out to put herself in the 190s. So it looks like Dent is in control of this shootout. Binkowski makes a ball switch, and her ball hooks early, leaving the 5 and 6. And Jacob Dent gets an 8 count, finishes with 138. That will give him 190. I believe that's 191.
191, that's correct.
Yes. So Mary Beth will need a double and 5 to advance. Good spare there by Bree.
There's
Very impressed with the way Colby throws the bowling ball.
Yes, looks very good. Mary Beth got the first one. 7 count for Bree. That'll give her 130. 153 with her handicap. That will not be enough. And a double for Mary Beth.
And Dad's back here going.
Mary Beth needs, I believe, is it 5 pins to the win?
Yes.
5 pins.
Matt, you're on mute.
Yes, she does need, she would have 197 with a strike here. Well, she leaves the 5-7, but it will be enough. And Mary Beth Baker will advance from shootout number 1. She shoots 169 scratch, 195 with her handicap, and that will advance her to the next round.
Yes, she is the 6th seed. Over here on the scratch side, the 6th seed as well, Ryan Miscavige has the lead right now. Colby comes in a little behind the head pin, leaves the 2-pin.
Ryan working on 4 in a row. Spare, no spare for Joey Osella. He'll have 164 after the 9th.
And his chances of three-peating just took a big hit.
We need a re-rack on 36. Big spare there for Ryan.
All right, so I'm sorry, Skip. Go ahead.
I was just going to say a 20-pin lead, 24-pin lead.
Yeah, I was pretty much going to say the same thing.
Good shot there by Colby. Keeps him in the match. Colby essentially is going to need to strike out. Pin for Joey. That's pretty much going to end his day. He'll go spare strike for 184.
He actually threw a fantastic game. He just couldn't get that 10-pin out.
Another strike for Colby. Yep. One more will give him 207.
With good count here, he will force Ryan to mark in the 10th.
I was just about to mention that.
Yes.
That he will put a little bit of pressure. He'll make Ryan at least show up in the 10th frame.
Look who just checked in on the message board. Miss Shania Jennings.
Well, hello there, Shania.
10-pin there for Colby Bennett, 206. So now it's up to Miscavige. He'll need a mark.
Shania, I believe, a distant relative of legend country music star Waylon Jennings.
Can we get the DNA check on that?
Ooh, 10-pin for Ryan.
Miscavige leaves the 10-pin and will need to convert this to advance to the second shootout.
And that's a winner.
And he does. That will lock it up as Ryan Miscavige,
not quite yet.
Number 6 seed on each side, potentially advancing.
Yes. He does need 5. And the gold pins are falling down all over the place.
Hold on.
That lane 36 does not like our gold pins.
No, it does not.
I just want to point out that unlike last week, I got the pins out of the gutter.
All right, and the 6th seed, Ryan Mitzkavich, will be moving on as well. So the 2 6 seeds triumph. And in a moment, we will have award presentations for both the 4th and 5th 5th and 6th place finishers today, and then we will get ready for match number 2. By the way, Skip, Shania does confirm that she is a relative of Waylon Jennings.
Makes sense.
Ben Ryan's doing the Danny Wiseman, trying to see where the lines are out on the lane. It's just power ranking.
Yes.
That's not official rankings.
Your call will be answered in the order received.
Do you need my help?
Maybe.
Yeah, how about I get that for you?
How about you do?
Step away from the award.
All right, let's go to Matt and Josh for award presentations.
Okay, bowling fans, that concludes our first shootout for the finals of today's tournament. Finishing in 6th place in the scratch division, getting a $35 scholarship certificate and award goes to Joey Ocello.
Joey Ocello, $35 for his scholarship fund for his 6th place finish today.
And our 5th place finisher in the scratch division, getting a $35 scholarship certificate and a 5th place award goes to Colby Bennett.
Colby Bennett, $35 scholarship as well.
On the handicap side, finishing in 6th place officially, getting a $35 scholarship certificate and award goes to Bree Binkowski.
Bree Binkowski, 6th place finish on the handicap side.
Have fun. And our 5th place finisher in the handicap division, getting a $35 scholarship certificate and award goes to Jacob Dent.
Jacob Dent, 5th place finisher, $35. All right, let's set up for match number 2.
All right, bowling fans, we'll let our bowlers for the 2nd shootout warm up, and then we will begin.
On the scratch side, we have the number 2 seed, Ben Ryan's coming in, and the number 3 seed, Daniel Althouse. On the handicap side, the number 2 seed, Parker Lobach, is coming in, and the number 3 seed Desmond Brown. All 4 of those bowlers will be joining the number 6 seed on the scratch side. That's Ryan Miscavige, and on the handicap side, Mary Beth Baker. So, Skip, before the finals, the Prodigy and I were having a little conversation about what ball he's going to throw. He actually did start with his urethane blue hammer today. Now, it's not the original blue hammer from back in the 80s, so it's not pure urethane. It does have a little bit of resin in its cover stock. But it looks like that's what he's throwing here in practice, so we'll see if he stays with it.
He did tell me that he was trying to focus on urethane today.
Yes. Watch Joey.
I think he's going to have a look at that. I mean, the way that they're breaking down, especially right now, there's a lot more.
Joining us today, our 6th place finisher in the scratch division, Mr. Joey Ocello. Joey, what'd you see out there today?
A lot of friction, lots and lots of friction. I mean, it was pretty touchy too, because if you got it too far right, never had a chance. Got it too far left, I mean, it's pretty flat. Doesn't really have a chance either. So today was really about making shots and having the right ball in your hand. So.
How did it, would you say, compared? I know you bowled in the Buddies tournament here last week. Did they place pretty similar today, or now? I know last week a lot of the semi-pros that were here were throwing urethane, so I would think it would play differently than it did today. But do you agree with that, or?
I definitely agree. To begin with, on the fresh during qualifying, it seemed like there was a little bit more of a out of bounds than last week, which is given. I mean, the pattern's got it down more than once now. So, I mean, pretty much characteristics of everything stay the same. Maybe a tad bit more friction, but everything was the same characteristics. Yeah.
It looks like I see Danny and Ben both with urethane out there.
Yes.
Joey, what do you think of that decision?
It's touchy. It's definitely flat out there. I tried a few shots out there myself. I mean, Danny threw it all day. He seems pretty comfortable and locked in of what he's been doing the whole day. Ben, I'm not sure what he's been throwing, but I mean, he's throwing a few shots down in the practice pair, a few shots here. If you can get lined up with the right surface and right hand, you can. It's definitely playable. It's just a matter of how long it's going to last. Yeah, like Danny's been doing that all day. He's pretty locked in right there.
Yeah, I know during the match play portion, he actually jumped way left and was throwing resin.
Yes, yes. No, this is a fresh pair now, so it's a fresh pair now. So I mean, now they're on fresh again. Where he can do that now.
On the mat.
Okay, bowling fans, it's time for the second shootout of our finals for the second major of the season. On the scratch side, we have number 2 seed Ben Rhines, number 3 seed Dan Allhouse, and number 6 seed Ryan Miscavige. The winner will advance to our title match. On the handicap side, we have number 2 seed Parker Laubach, number 3 seed Desmond Brown, and number 6 seed Mary Beth Baker. Parker gets 35 pins, Desmond's 26, I'm sorry, 23 rather, and Mary Beth is 26. Okay? Bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our second shootout finalists.
All right, on we go to match 2. We probably should have had them turn off the scoring monitors and turn them back on to clear out the series scores that are up there. How long are you staying, Joey?
As long as you would like me to.
I tell you what. Why don't you hand your headset over to Matt, and you could take mine, and you could call this match with these guys.
Sounds good.
I'll step out of the booth for a while.
First shot for Parker. Good shot there. Gets a late trip on the 4-pin. Ben misses the head pin to the right, leaves just the 4-pin. Starts off with an open. Matt, move your microphone up just a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Whatever gets
Sounds
rid of whatever gets rid of the mouth breathing, that just irritates me.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
That's a pet peeve.
Danny with the early open there. At least it's only first frame, not on anything.
Ryan now up on 35. He completely misses also, leaves just the 1-5.
All scratch bowlers look to avoid opening in the first frame.
Have them check 36. That's 4 out of the last 5. We're going to have to get lane 36 checked out there. That 3-pin's been having trouble ever since they put the pins in. Over on the handicap side, Parker started off with his strike, comes up, leaves the 10-pin. Desmond strike in the first frame, Mary Beth in a spare.
Good spare by there by Ryan. Definitely not something you probably shoot often.
Desmond goes way left, leaves the routine 1-3-6-8. Looks like Ben's ball's just not reacting or reading the lane right now.
Yeah, no, and that's what I meant by earlier. If you can get the right look on there, but you really have to get a good touch and your ankles correctly. I mean, it's a good shot there by Danny. I mean, Ben's and Danny's look pretty similar to me. It's just he has the right touch right now.
Desmond picks off the 8-pin. Spare for Mary Beth and a spare for Ben. Pretty much an even match all around on the scratch side and on the handicap side. They're only a little bit of lane maintenance on 36 to fix that 3-pin. Parker back on the board with a strike. And Desmond also follows up the open with a strike. Mary Beth now working on a spare in the early lead. Comes up high, leaves the 6-7. And Parker Laubach now on the right lane for his 4th frame. Parker misses way right.
It's his chance.
Mary Beth makes the split. Good spare conversion there for her. And Parker gets 9 on his second ball.
Desmond looking to put up a double here.
Much better shot there. Missed the head pin, but he got it right. Did not miss, as he did earlier. Leaves the 1-2-8, which is not a gimme on a condition like this.
Great shot by Mary Beth right there. coming off her great spare.
Desmond with the spare there. $54 for Desmond. 77 with his handicap. Parker now with 56 in the fourth frame. 891 with his handicap. Comes up a little bit light, leaves the 1-2, leaves the 2-4-5.
We apologize to our fans out there for the scratch side, but one thing I want to point out, when we put these bowling pins in, sometimes it does affect the lane setup. They are a little bit heavier than your normal pins, so I think that's our problem there with lane 36. So hopefully we'll be up and running here in a moment. In the meantime, Skip, continue with the handicap action.
Open frame there for Parker. That'll give him 63 in the fifth. 98 with his handicap. Desmond also with another open frame. Mary Beth, the only clean bowler right now in the handicap division, as she
Big
strikes
double there.
for her. That was a very big double. With the struggles that Parker and Desmond have been having, that's a big advantage for her right now.
Definitely take an early lead.
Another light hit for Ben with the urethane ball.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to stick with that. I mean, personally, I'd move another few right, and if it doesn't work after that, just move left and try something different. Because you don't want to give up too many pins in a short time.
Ryan now for his second frame. Comes up high, leaves the 4-pin. And also with that, Ben is sort of in a position right now where he can kind of tinker with it a little bit. Nobody's running away with the scratch side, so he's going to have to get something figured out.
Yeah, just hanging in there, staying clean, just makeables, and try to find something.
Ooh, tough break there for Parker Laubach. Not able to convert his spare. That's 3 open frames in a row. He has 72 in the sixth. Scratch.
Good spare there by Ryan.
Mary Beth now looking to add on to her lead. She has 55 in the third. Goes a little left, leaves a 6-10. No harm, no foul. She makes a spare here. She still keeps her lead. She'll have about at least a good 30-35 pin lead.
Hang on.
With the spare there, good spare. She stays clean through 6. And Danny now up on lane 36, looking to work off that strike. Another good shot there for him. He's been pretty lined up with that urethane all day.
Very. I was on his pair during qualifying and caught him in a match play. I mean, he was able to make moves pretty fast and stay ahead of transition.
Let's see what kind of an adjustment Ben makes here, because he's got to do something.
Definitely. I feel like if this shot at least doesn't go through the 1-3 correctly, he has to make a ball change very fast.
And a messenger 10 there for Desmond Brown on lane 38. It was a delayed messenger, but it came flying across the boards.
Much better shot there by Ben. Got enough right there.
No, you can do it before the match.
Another good shot there for Danny, 3 in a row.
Yeah, Danny's really lined up right now.
Baker on lane 37 looks to extend her lead. Crosses over, leaving the 9-pin.
Mary Beth's doing all the right things right now. She's leaving single pins, spares she can make. That's why she is clean so far through 7. Well, through 6 rather. Now she's clean through 7.
Just barely. She just enough took the paint off that gold pin. Picking up the spare.
Parker wide leaves the 1-2. Ben missed just a little inside there, avoids the 4-9, leaving just the 4-pin. Desmond Brown with the strike. That's a double for him.
Desmond looking to pick up the pace as he's trying to run down Mary Beth Baker, who leads the match at the moment.
Mary Beth with about a 40-pin lead, so if Desmond wants to get in the finals here, he's going to have to get going.
Yeah, he gets one more in the 9th. At least give Mary Beth something to think about.
Spare for Parker. The winner of this handicap match will move on to face number 1 seed Morgan Gitlitz. Number 1 seed Ryan Graham waiting on the scratch side. Danny now with 3 in a row up on 36.
That's got a hook. Very fortunate just to leave a 2-pin off that. Could have easily been 6 or 7.
Another strike for Mary Beth. She just keeps hammering home that lead. Ryan Mickiewicz comes up high, leaves the big 4. He'll be looking to get at least 2 here to maintain his count. Spare for Danny. That will give Danny 86 in the 4th. On a spare. Ben Rhines with 66 in the 4th. He's on a spare also. And Ryan with 83 in the 5th on an open. So it's only about a 20-pin lead right now for Danny. Still early, only halfway through the match as Ben gets a strike. All 3 bowlers still in the match. Good spare there for Parker.
Very close match on the scratch side. I mean,
And just like that, Danny comes up high, leaves the 4-6-7.
yeah, looking to get 2, and count's very important in a close match like this.
Especially with no one running away with the match here. 2 is big here. He gets the 2. That will give him 112 in the 6th. Still has the lead, but it is now single digits. Desmond Brown with 139 in the 8th with a spare in the 9th. He shoots 189 if he strikes out. And a good spare there for Ryan, as you were going to say. We have a tendency to jump on one another here. Just, you know, we don't have a system.
Just goes along. A touch high there by Ben. He's definitely in the right zone after his first 3 shots of barely catching the head pin. So
Desmond and Parker filling up their 10th here. Mary Beth Baker will be moving on to the title match. She just needs to go up and just keep doing what she was doing. She's been clean the whole entire game.
Very, very good break of just leaving a 6-pin there.
Parker finishes up with the big 4. He shoots 153.
That's good. Yeah, Parker also shoots 153 scratch, 188 with handicap. So, very good day on the lanes for him.
199 for Desmond Brown with his handicap. 176 scratch. Mary Beth Baker
Good spare there by Danny, converting a 6-pin.
Mary Beth goes gutter 9 for 190. Scratch. 216 with her handicap. She will be moving on to the title match. She will face Morgan Gitlitz.
Now it's got a hook. Another good break there by Ben. Just leaving a 2-pin. Anybody, in my opinion, who can double is going to take the lead in this match and kind of run away with it a little bit. That's a good shot there by Danny.
That's a strike that he needed coming off those last 2 frames where he didn't throw very good shots.
Definitely. A little confidence booster there going to the 10th.
Ben clips the 2-pin, or the 4-pin, whichever that was. I believe it was a 4.
2-pin.
2-pin?
Yep. Yeah, if Ryan can do another one here, he can virtually shut out Danny. But still keeps Ben in the match.
Big shot here for Ryan.
Got a chance. Great
shot
shot
there.
there.
Very good shot.
Yeah, that's bowling sometimes. Make a really good shot off when you need it, and get ripped off. It's a part of the game.
Recapping your handicap match over here, Desmond Brown, 176 scratch. 199 with his handicap. Parker Lawball, 153. 153 scratch. It's 188, I believe, with his handicap. And Mary Beth Baker, with her 26 pins handicap, shoots 216. The title match for handicap will only be 3-pin difference in handicap between Morgan and Mary Beth as Ryan makes his spare.
Yeah, Ben with a very errant shot there, and only able to get 3 off that washout.
This is a opportunity for Danny to come up here and, like you said, double and take control of the match.
Definitely. He gets one right here. He's going to have Ryan to make him think about something. Well, that's in.
Gets the break, trips out the 4.
Yeah, that's big right now, especially just taking the lead and getting a great break like that. It's what's going to get you in the title match.
Good shot for Ryan. Comes right back with a strike.
Very clutch.
Ben now did make the ball change and moved in.
Yeah,
Looks like it's a little too late.
Yeah, you can definitely see how much friction, though, there is on the inside. It's very wide angles.
So I do believe with a strike and good count, Danny Althouse will shut out Ryan Mickiewicz. But he needs the first one to have a chance to shut him out.
Oof,
Comes
touch
up.
high.
Just a hair high there. Leaves the 4-pin.
Spare is very important here. Spare and count.
Spare and a count will force Ryan to go double 9.
As Danny goes searching for a spare ball.
No, he's going to a reactive ball.
Yeah, it's a brand new IQ Tour. Put a bit of polish on there, so.
He's looking just for the spare here right now.
Yep.
He will get it. And all 10 here is going to be important for him.
Very close. 9 is definitely not a given if you double here. Ben finishes with 177.
A strike here for Danny will force Ryan to go double 9 to win by a pin. And Danny gets the strike.
Great shot. Took a lot of time there. Made sure he thought of what he was doing.
201 for Daniel Olhouse. Ben Rhines finishes with 177. Here's Ryan for his 10th frame. He comes up high, leaves the 4.67, and that will end his day.
Daniel House.
Good day of bowling, though, for Ryan.
Very.
Ryan Mickiewicz will be your 5th place finisher. Ben Rhines your 4th place finisher. Actually, your 4th and 5th place finishers.
Ryan finished up at 171 there. Danny moving on. Ben finishes 3rd, and Ryan will finish 4th.
Yep.
All right, I'll come back in for a minute or two while Matt and Josh take care of awards for our 3rd and 4th place finishers. Some pretty good matches there, Joey. Came down to the 10th frame.
Definitely, and came to a lot of matches like that today of shot making and who can catch the double or two.
On to Matt.
Okay, bowling fans, that concludes our 2nd shootout for the 2nd major of the season. Our 4th place finisher officially in the scratch division, getting a $75 scholarship certificate and 4th place award goes to Ryan Mickiewicz.
Ryan Mickiewicz, 4th place today. $75 into his scholarship fund.
And our 3rd place finisher in the scratch division, getting a $75 scholarship certificate and award goes to Ben Rhines.
Ben Rhines, 3rd place finisher, $75 into his scholarship fund.
On the handicap side, our 4th place finisher getting a $75 scholarship certificate and award goes to Parker Lobach.
Parker Lobach, 4th place, $75.
And our 3rd place finisher in the handicap division getting a $75 scholarship certificate and award goes to Desmond Brown.
Desmond Brown. 3rd place, $75. So on the scratch side, we will have the number 1 seed bowling in the number 3 seed. And on the handicap side, we have the number 1 seed facing the number 6 seed. So we will get ready for the finals. Let's talk about upcoming events next week. We go up to Pottsville to Strike Zone Alleys. Sunday, September the 24th. That is a 10 a.m. start. I'm sure we'll see Joey there.
You will. I will be there.
And then the following week, October the 1st, we head up to Wilkes-Barre, PA, up in the northern part of the state for the first of several adult junior tournaments. You going to get a partner for that tournament, Joey?
Possibly. That one's pretty far away. That one's a little over 3 hours. So.
That is a little far away. But it's a really neat bowling center. Scores are high in that bowling center.
I've heard.
And then the week after that, the PJBT goes down to the great state of Maryland for the annual Danny Wiseman Scholarship Tournament. It is a non-PJBT event, but we always like to help Danny out each and every year. That is the 7th and the 8th. Qualifying is on the 7th. The finals are on the 8th. There are 3 squad times. Is it What time are the squad times?
9:30, 1 and 6.
Thank you. We still have, I believe, openings for all 3 squads, or are any squads full?
There are openings for all 3 squads. They are very limited. We only, I do believe the 9 a.m. It's 9 or 9:30 a.m. That squad is the one we have the most available for right now, but squads are filling up quick. So
I know there is, what, a $30 discount if you do decide to bowl all 3 squads?
yes.
It's $60 per squad and $150 if you do all 3.
Also, if you're the leader for all 3 squads, you also bowl. You get a little extra bonus for that.
Correct.
Well, thank you, Joey.
Anytime.
That will be the week that our buddy Skip has to do the live stream because the fat guy will not be down there that weekend.
I do. We do have about roughly 75 spots open, but I do recommend everyone get their entry in as soon as you can because it just makes life easier for us. The sooner the entry in, the better.
And those are upcoming events. Interesting. It looks like Ryan is choosing resin.
Yes. That's definitely something that can get him a little bit left and control his ankles.
Looks like just watching a couple of his shots, he's rolling the ball a little bit more than he typically will. That will cut down on the hook in the back end. Dad says it's time to leave. Dad says it's time to leave, Joey. Got a long drive back to New Jersey.
Yes, I do.
You got
Well,
school
Joey.
tomorrow.
I do. I do.
Joey, thanks for sitting in with us.
Yes.
Anytime. Thank you.
And we'll see you again.
Thank you very much, my friend.
No problem. I'll be there next week.
Alrighty.
That's right by Matt's house. That's like a 5-minute drive for Matt. Yep.
It is. It's our closest tournament of the year.
The furthest for me.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, bowling fans, it's time to introduce our 2 finalists on each side for the title match of the second major for the PJBT here at Leisure Lanes in Lancaster. On the scratch side, we have number 1 seed Ryan Graham taking on number 3 seed Dan Allhouse. Ryan has elected to start the match on lane 35. On the handicap side, we have number 1 seed Morgan Gitlitz taking on the number 6 seed Mary Beth Baker. The difference in handicap is just 3 pins. 3 pins going to Mary Beth Baker, and Morgan has elected to start the match on lane 37. Bowling fans, let's give a nice hand for our 4 finalists for today's second major.
Okay, and off we go into the finals. As Matt said, Mary Beth Baker will be receiving 3 pins from Morgan. It looks like both top seeds have elected to start the match. Ryan throwing resin. He goes Jersey, leaves the 5 pin. Let's see what Morgan can do on her first attempt. She is the prototypical down and in bowler. She leaves the 7 pin.
Always a good start to a match when you can leave the 5 pin.
Yes, as long as you make it.
Yes, correct.
And there's this little kid carrying a balloon. And there's a little kid running across the lanes. The things that you see at a bowling center, Skip.
We've seen weirder things.
That was an interesting one.
It's not every day you see a kid painted like a Ninja Turtle running across the lane.
It's almost as if when you get the fan running out on the field at a baseball game.
Yes.
And just like on regular TV, we will not show that to
No.
give them any time on camera. But that was fun. Morgan makes her 7-pin.
Okay, back to the action.
And Ryan makes his 5-pin. Okay, off and running. That was our fun for the day.
That was quite entertaining. For our bowling fans out there, that's why you need to tune in to see what can happen on the PJBT Tour. Okay, back to the action.
Yeah, we're just going to act like the announcers at a baseball game. Act like nothing happened.
Yes. That was maybe about 5 or 6 lanes to the right of our camera, but...
And we did not need a taser.
Yes, some little kid was just kind of running across the lanes.
And he had his face painted like a Ninja Turtle. How much better does it get? All right, Mary Beth makes her 4-7, or was it a 6-10? I don't remember.
4-7, you got
4-7.
it. Yep.
All house with a strike. He's going to be up here on 35, looking for a double. Mary Beth comes up high, leaves just a 6-pin. The handicap difference on the right pair is only 3 pins. All house now looking for the double. Comes up just a hair light, leaves only the 2-pin. That's a good miss. Mary Beth makes her spare. Morgan now up for her 2nd frame. Is it a spare by Danny? Ryan now up on 36 for frame 2, gets the strike. Morgan with just the 10-pin left for her spare. All square on the scratch side. And all square on the handicap side.
You're on mute.
Ryan Graham misses right, leaves the 1-2-4-10. Morgan now up on lane 37 for her 3rd frame. Comes up just a hair high, leaves the 4-7-10. Should be looking to get 2 on the left. And Matt, you were saying before you were muted?
I was just saying how both of the girls in our handicap match have good form. Looked like Morgan actually pulled that ball a little bit on the last shot there, but both of them keeping the ball in play, and that's important on these tougher patterns.
2 for Ryan. That will give him 46 with his open in the 3rd. Danny up now for his 3rd frame. Morgan gets her count. And Mary Beth up now on 38 for her 3rd frame. Mary Beth with 29 in the 2nd, working on the spare. All house now, looking to stay clean. Good shot, leaves just the 10-pin.
Spare here would give Daniel the lead, however. And a crossover strike for Mary Beth Baker.
Something Joey and I noticed there, the 10th frame of that last match, Danny went to his IQ for his spare. Was that just something normal that he does?
Well, he certainly isn't very used to throwing straighter to left side spares, so he definitely wanted to pick up a ball that hooked a little more in the back end to cover it.
That's what we figured. We just weren't sure if maybe it was contemplating a ball change or not.
No, definitely not.
Nothing that he needed or anything.
Mary Beth Baker goes through the face there on lane 37, leaving the 3-6-10. She'll look to convert the spare, and the spare would give her the lead in the match.
It is really weird hearing Danny in a Storm bowling ball,
Well,
courtesy of Tom Hankey.
sometimes you just got to try some different things. Is
Good
that a,
shot there by Daniel.
That is a nitro in his hand today, correct?
No, that is the Blue Hammer.
Okay.
Not the original pure urethane. It's the remake.
I knew it was a urethane ball. I just didn't know which one. Mary Beth with the spare in the fourth.
It's very interesting to see how much the urethane ball has come back into play in today's world of bowling, especially on these tougher patterns when you need the ball to, not read the front of the lane as, smooth.
Good shot there for Ryan. Strikes in the fourth.
It's,
I've always looked at the urethane ball as the stay out of trouble option.
yes.
You're not going to split. If you throw it wide, that was your fault. You're going to get what you
Yes.
deserve. But
Yep.
if you're right around the head pin, you're not going to split.
Yep. It definitely does not have the hook potential in the back end of a resin ball, so it's very safe, very predictable, and on a shorter pattern is preferred in today's game.
Good spare there for Morgan, as Matt was just going to say, as I cut him off.
That's all right. We'll get better at that as we do this more and more.
Ryan now up on 35 and looking for a double. He goes wide, but leaves a 1-2-8 makeable spare.
That's a second shot on 35 for Ryan where he's gone light. Not sure if he's not getting the right ball reaction or if he just needs to make an adjustment, but he's missed the head pin to the right now 2 shots in a row on 35.
Morgan now with a very weak hit leaves the 4-5. A spare she will be able to make. Ryan now for his spare attempt picks off just the 2-pin.
And right there is a reason why you may want to throw urethane on a shorter pattern.
Yep, with a shorter pattern, the ball is not going to hold in the middle of the lane, similar to your normal, let's say, house shot conditions. So the ball hooked away, and that's what caused him to miss the spare there.
Mary Beth now in the 5th frame working on a spare. Comes up high, leaves the 6-10. Danny now looking for his first double of the match. Good shot there on 36.
Looked a little bit like a ballerina there.
Yes, definitely put his trunk of his body above his left knee and fell off balance.
But the key was keeping the arm swing moving.
Yep.
And in the projecting in the direction that he was looking, and that still got the reaction he was looking for. Now he's really looking to step on Ryan's throat here. With 3 in a row, he could take a big lead in this title match.
It's sort of like what Joey and I had talked about the last match. You see what Mary Beth's doing, just staying clean. That's the name of the game. You just got to stay clean.
Wow.
Wow.
Big shot there. Good shot there for Danny. Solid 7 pins.
Some of that could be because of the pins. A little bit heavier. Good spare there for Mary Beth. Mary Beth just getting 3 pins in this match on the handicap side, and at the moment she has 94 with a spare in the 5th. So a strike from Morgan could make this match be within less than 10 pins if she could get strikes going.
It would be a 15-pin difference if Morgan strikes here.
Nope, she looked like she pulled it. Not what she was looking for, but she'll leave the 1-3-6.
Spare there for Danny. Ryan now up on the 6th frame, looking to get back on the board after his open.
He came back and said that was revenge for the frame before.
Well, this game will give and take from you.
Wow.
Really good shot there for Ryan, and leaves the 5-pin. Matt,
Yes.
we will need that 5-pin
Okay.
reset up. Funny how that ball hits the pin sometimes and just that twirler 5.
Yep. That ball came in so far behind the head pin and just deflected straight right, nipped the 5, spun it. And that was that.
Spare there for Morgan. We currently have a 25 pin match. 25 pin match with Mary Beth, a 25 pin lead. Both bowlers on a 7 spare. Morgan up now on 37 for her 7th frame.
Morgan looking for her first strike of the match, let me point out. Good time to try to get into the pocket here if she can get herself lined up late in the game. Still has a good chance. Frame 7.
She does want to start, she is at a point here where she needs to start knocking 10 pins over. But she's clean, she's staying fairly clean, just having the 2 opens. But essentially the 2 opens is the difference in the match right now. Spare there for Ryan.
Well, it looks like for Morgan right now, it looks like if she gets the ball wide, the ball doesn't finish. But if she pulls the ball or gets it inside a target, then it wants to take off. So it almost like she is either inside her target or outside her target, not hitting the target. And
that is the problem that us straight players face.
Not a lot of room for error. So let's see if she can get it in the next frame. Mary Beth Baker back up. Now Graham, let's see if he can solve lane 35. He's struggled with 2 opens in the last 2 frames. 7th frame.
Better shot.
Better shot, leaving the 9 pin.
Mary Beth now leaves just the 5 pin. Very makeable spare.
Ryan covers his spare. So max score for Ryan at the moment, 201. Daniel Allhouse still can shoot 248. So clearly Daniel in the driver's seat here. But anything can happen as we get into the late frames of our title matches.
That's inside.
That is the third, is that the third 5 pin of the match?
Yes, 2 for Ryan and 1 for Danny.
It's not too often you think to yourself, the scratch finals had 3 5 pins.
That is true.
Morgan pulls the ball a little bit inside target, crosses over, leaving just the 3 pin. She'll look to convert the spare. At the moment, she trails by 28 as we head into the late frames.
Danny now looking to cover up to stay clean. Good spare there for Danny.
Maintains his 36 pin lead with 3 frames to go.
Another spare for Morgan.
Good spare.
Unfortunately, I think Morgan's in a situation here where she needs to knock over 10. She is currently down 29 pins.
There's a good shot.
Big 8th frame there for Danny to stay on track there, stay clean.
Okay, now Morgan Gitlitz. A ball looked better off her hand, but unfortunately it crossed over, and she was not able to break up the split, so she leaves the 6-7.
Same story for Ryan over here. He needs to start knocking over pins.
Good shot.
There's a good shot.
Got the 5 out that time.
Ball change for Ryan also.
This is going to be an even bigger shot here for Ryan. If he wants to win the match, he's going to need to strike right here. He's basically shut out if he does not strike. Danny would need, he could go open if Ryan does not strike here.
Mary Beth now looking to close out the match, leaves the 1-2-4, leaving very makeable spares. Ryan now up on 35. Just cannot get the ball to come around.
So with this spare conversion, the best Ryan could shoot is 181. Daniel, with just good count in the 9th and 10th, will be in the mid 180s.
Can I make a quick observation?
Sure.
You have not stopped bouncing since the middle of the game.
Well, it's my way of trying to lose weight, burn a couple calories here and there.
I'm sure it has nothing to do with your kid trying to win a major title.
I have a kid.
Guy that calls you, he called you dad earlier.
He
What's
did.
Up,
he
what's up
did.
with that?
He's getting soft in his older age, I guess. You know, it's kind of weird.
Is he just that? Is he begging that much for your fathership?
I guess. In a couple months, he's going to be like an adult. It's weird.
Well, have you decided yet what the rent's going to be a month?
No, not yet. So just looking for a mark.
Blows the
All
9-pin. Good shot there. Mary Beth has the match wrapped up. Leaves the 310. That will be her first open in 2 games. She will shoot 177, 180 with her handicap. She will win her first major title of the season.
And Daniel converts his spare. He will need just a couple pins to wrap up his first major title and PJBT title number 3 in his career.
That'll be the boys' first major.
And that'll do it.
Good bowling today for the boy.
Yes, he was the leader after the first 2 games. He fell, I believe, no further than 4th at any time.
Strike here puts Danny in the 200s. 206 with a strike. Leaves the 10-pin, 205. Boy averaged 209 even today.
209 even. I think I'll be doing the interviews today.
I was going to ask.
I'll do them today. You could certainly join us. There is 3.
I certainly think for this one today I want to sit in on this.
Okay.
I think I do. Final results from the handicap division. Mary Beth Baker 177, 180 with her handicap. Morgan Gitlitz 153. Mary Beth was the number 6 seed. She ran the ladder. Very good day of bowling for both girls. I think it's important to note that Morgan Gitlitz was the high girl scratch today.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Even though she bowls in the handicap division, she was the high girl for the day scratch.
So she'll get some extra scholarship funds for that.
That's an extra $50. Jennifer Fitz was our second high girl for the day. Only a 3-pin difference between the two. So Morgan getting a $50 credit. Jennifer a $30 scholarship.
All right, so the final scores in the scratch division, the prodigy Daniel Althaus, a 205 to 168 victory over Ryan Graham. And in the handicap side, Mary Beth Baker, the 6th seed, 177 scratch, 180 with her handicap. Victory over Morgan Gitlitz with a 153. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, for our award presentation and interesting interviews. Ben, would you take some pictures? Sure. When Matt tells you.
Okay, bowling fans, that concludes our second major of the season for the PJBT. I'm going to hand out our final awards, get some pictures with our winners, and then send them back for their final interviews. Our runner-up finisher in the scratch division, getting a $150 scholarship certificate and runner-up award goes to Ryan Graham.
Yay, Ryan.
Our runner-up finisher in the handicap division, getting a $150 scholarship certificate and runner-up award goes to Morgan Gitlitz. And our winners for today in the scratch division, getting his third career title, his first major, a $300 scholarship certificate and first place glass bowling pin to Dan Allhouse.
Daniel Althouse, your champion today, $300 into his scholarship fund.
And our winner in the handicap division, her second title of the year, a $300 scholarship certificate and first place glass bowling pin for the major title goes to Mary Beth Baker.
Mary Beth Baker, your handicap division champion. All right, I will reposition the camera, and then Skip and I are going to do some interviews. Stay tuned.
Hope to see everybody next Sunday at Strike Zone Alleys in Pottsville for our next event.
Mary Beth, you're going to be first. Sit down and let me know what that looks like.
Yes.
Don't sit in the middle. Let her sit in the middle.
Well, what the?
But how does it look here? Are you good? Are you in the picture? Do I got to zoom out more?
You're fine.
Okay. All right. You sit in the middle. All right, so we are here with our handicap division champion today, Mary Beth Baker.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Been seeing a lot of you back at the interview table with us recently.
Yeah.
Tell us what it's like to win another title.
It feels good. And when I was bowling the first one, I think for like this, whatever it was called, step up or something,
Step ladder.
step ladder. I needed like 3 strikes at the end to actually beat him. So I'm lucky I did that. Like
Yes. Did
that.
you know you needed to double and fly,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly? Did you know you
Yeah,
needed
he
to?
told me. That's
Did
why.
he tell you?
Yeah.
That's no pressure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your father was very excited also. We saw him jump about 10 feet off the ground when you got the second strike.
Yeah. He does that a lot.
That's good though. I mean, you certainly walked up there and made the shot you needed. So
Yeah.
What equipment did you use today?
Part of the day I used my Nevada, and then I changed to my Daredevil, and then for this like all the spinal things, I used my Pitbull.
That's quite wide range.
Yeah.
yeah, do what you got to do to get the job done.
Absolutely. You want to give a shout out to anybody?
My mom, my dad, and my coaches, Jen, Travis, and Doug.
Ah, so you bowl out of Colony Park North?
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here you have it. Today's handicap division champion, earning $300 in first scholarship fund, Mary Beth Baker. Congratulations.
Good bowling
Thanks.
today.
Thanks.
And now this guy.
I don't hear you.
And now this guy.
You're not on mute anymore.
Yes. Well, what could we say?
I'm going to ask this question first.
Okay.
Who was more nervous during the title match, you or your father?
Probably him.
Because all I saw was this the whole entire game.
Probably him.
You seemed very calm and collected by yourself out there. You had a great look with the urethane ball all day.
On the fresh pattern, I really did, and then in match play when they really opened up, I moved way left. Played like
With the same ball?
no, with the IQ tour.
That's right. You did make a ball change.
And I stood there, and then late in the third game of match play, I changed to my freestyle.
Okay.
Wait a minute. What equipment did you use today?
I used the Blue Hammer urethane, an IQ Tour Solid Storm ball. Yes, I know, Storm. And a freestyle motive ball.
Is your hand burnt? Like,
Yes.
it's kind of like holy water and the devil.
Yes.
You threw a storm ball?
And it worked. I actually won the 2 matches I threw with it.
He went straight, swung it, went straight again, swung it, then went right back to straight again. A little bit of everything.
Well, you're a major champion now. How does it feel?
Great.
I think
I
he
don't
should
know.
buy us dinner tonight.
You're funny.
He should.
Yes.
If only he had a job.
All
True.
right.
True. So, what are you doing a little bit differently this year? You've bowled 4 events so far this year. You have 2 thirds and a first.
I don't know. What am I doing different? Playing a lot straighter on everything.
I swear to God, Josh.
What am I doing
He doesn't even
different?
know what he's done to improve his game.
I mean, I wasn't tucking my pinky at all today.
You
I
worked-
didn't at all.
Okay, but you've worked all summer long on increasing your axis rotation, and you were up at Hankey's house and
Learning to play that line.
learning to play that line and getting a storm bowling ball.
We don't have to mention that.
Shout out to anybody?
Tom for helping me with that line.
Okay,
All for a week over the summer, and yeah,
okay. And to your father, whoever that is.
I don't know who
Looks
that
like
is.
some other family there shouting out, I believe. Is that your sister? Jason, is that your aunt?
Yeah.
That's crazy Aunt Roz.
Well, she is watching the live stream. She saw the whole thing.
Yes, we will see her in a couple weeks up in Wilkes-Barre.
Yes, we will.
Yes. All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
PJBT title number 3. Get the hell out of here.
That's not nice.
All right, Skip, let's wrap this up.
Yeah, let's go eat ourselves. Speaking of dinner.
Yes. All right, well,
Once again, the Kegel pattern played very well today.
absolutely. Very fair.
Yes, a big hit. And also, nothing but great reports, and feedback from the adult bowlers last week also. So
Yep.
exactly what we were looking for. We've nobody whacked them and nobody really bowled that bad. It was nice and even.
Yep. All right, we will be at Strike Zone up in Pottsville next Sunday, the 24th, with a 10:30 start time. Of course, we will be live streaming the finals right here on YouTube if you can't make it out or if you leave before the finals show up. All right, so for all of us here in the PJBT family.
One thing I want to add on,
Yep.
if you are bowling Chacos, next Sunday is the deadline for the discounted entry.
Absolutely.
Same as last year. It is a $3 difference if you do pay early. But just so you know, next Sunday, is the deadline to get early entry for Chacos.
Yes. All right, so from all of us to all of you, we will see you next Sunday from Strike Zone in Pottsville. Have a great rest of your evening. See ya.
Later, guys.